So in general ledger, we have seen this general ledger parameters. This is very important from the exam point of view, where in a general ledger, first parameter is the ledger, where we saw whether the voucher can be uh, use duplicate one. If it is not, then give the command that if it is reject duplicate, then it will not appear as a, means it, the system will not take two same number of invoices. If we say accept duplicates, then system will take the invoice whatever may be. It will not throw a validation or a warning. Okay. So then we saw check continuous number if any regarding the voucher numbers, check the continuous number. And then we saw the interrupt in case of error account, maximum penny difference. Maximum penny difference, I told you about that, the decimal difference, how much you can allow. When suppose 0.50 is there, then you can say ignore it, take it as a next digit number or a lower digit number, like this. Then maximum penny rounding off in a reporting currency. This is about the first one is the accounting currency and other one is the reporting currency. Last time I told you, no, like accounting currency and reporting currency difference. Accounting currency is the currency where I am having my branch where I'm operating. So that country is my accounting currency, and reporting currency is where my head office is. Suppose you are in Australia and your head office is in US, then your accounting currency will be Australian dollar and your reporting currency will be your US dollar. Okay. Then we saw the extended journal ledger, use non-continuous page numbering and check journalizing. Then regarding the project, allow the financial dimensions to be edited. I told you about the financial dimensions also. What are the financial dimensions? Okay, suppose I have purchased a laptop. I have purchased 10 laptops, but out of that 2 I will give to finance, 3 I will give to HR department, 4 I will give to admin department. So this in a system I will only enter laptop purchase. I will only pass a journal entry where I have purchased a laptop, that is my asset. So laptop purchase account debit to bank account or a cash account. But since we have already given a financial dimension in the system, so in that case, the system what will do, system will automatically bifurcate between those departments, that how many people are there in the financial dimensions. It is mentioned as 2 people, so the total cost divided by 2. The in HR department total cost divided by 4. In admin department total cost divided by 3, like this. Everything is set in the financial dimension. Only the thing is, you have to only enter the actual journal entry, that is the asset account debit and your cash or bank account credit, like this. So this is the main role of the financial dimensions. Then accounting rules, values for summary account, means these are the means where in a financial statement, uh, there are some balance sheets which will give a summary. Means the asset is this much, liabilities are this much, current asset is this much, non-current asset is this much. Just like a summary they will give. But some balance sheet they gives us the each and everything, what is in there in asset, that in an asset I am having land and building, plant and machinery, laptop and everything. And in a liabilities I am having this vendor balance and all. So this accounting rules is for whether in a financial dimension you have to give just a summary account, that is the just you have to show ki okay, I have allocated this much to this department, this department, or you want the person wise also, means personal wise also, that is in finance department 2 people are there, for this person only it has allotted, like this.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so this is the main purpose of this value used for summary account. Then transaction reversal, if any transaction needs to get reversed, then you want a warning message ki whether and system should show you the warning message that you are reversing a transaction or like that, because sometimes it happens ki we uh, by ignorance only we click on the reverse button. At that time what happens ki suddenly it got reversed, but whether we want such a warning message should come, at least by ignorance also, if I click on that button, then it is not happening that transaction should get reversed. So
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
warning message, this field is there. Then accounting rules to use posting definition. This is used for the commitment accounting. When we'll go to the commitment accounting, no, we have a topic.
yeah,
There is a separate module for this commitment accounting. At that time, I will tell
mhm,
you what is exactly it is. Okay. Then I told you
yeah,
about the fiscal year close, means the at the end of the year, last day of the year, that is the 31st March. So that is delete close of year transaction during transfer, means, and that I told you, no, ki like whether while transferring from P&L to balance sheet, I want to delete all the transactions, which means the P&L account is the total, is the balance between my debit and credit. Correct. No.
yeah,
So whether I want to delete all those transactions and only transfer the amount. Suppose I got a hundred rupees amount, but that is includes 100 of transactions. So I want to delete,
mhm,
means what system is asking at the time of transfer, whether you want to delete all those transactions, 100 of transactions, and only I will transfer a balance, just a numeric
yeah,
balance to a balance sheet. So nobody wants it actually. If anybody is like rigid and all, they can delete it, but nobody wants to delete all those transactions. Correct? No, the system will not
yeah,
delete it. It will be there in the system, but while transferring, whether you want to delete, or sometimes it may happens if you click on the delete and that and if you want to make any correction, the transaction has already been deleted, so you can't extract, you can't do close year end close two times. It's a only one
yeah,
time activity, so this should be cautious. Okay,
yeah,
then create closing transactions during transfer, means closing transactions are like closing balance, opening balance, all those are closing transactions. So uh, we will say ki, okay, create a closing transactions during transfer. Then set
mm,
fiscal year status to be closed. Yes, last time I told you there are three status: open, on hold and close. If it is open, you
yeah,
can enter a transaction at any time.
mm,
If it is on hold for a temporary period, you can't enter a transaction. But if it is a close, you can't enter a transaction, but you can't open that fiscal year again.
yeah, yeah,
Remember
exactly.
I told you? So,
Yeah,
uh, so here it should be cautious that it should not be uh, means unless and until everything is goes fine and your balance sheet got signed and everything, till that time you should not click on this set fiscal year to be closed, because once it is
yeah,
closed it will not open again. So if you
yeah,
want, if suppose 31st December is my last, means closing date of closing date of that year, and I want to reverse some transactions, or I want to make provisions on 5th of January, then I can put 31st December on hold. I will not close it. I know some
yeah,
transaction needs to be entered. So I will keep 5th or till 5th of Jan on hold. I can't keep it as a open also, because if I will keep open, anybody can enter a transaction in that fiscal year. I don't want that also. So on a 1st of January, I will keep 31st December as a on hold, and when on 5th of January, when I will enter some transactions as of 31st of December, I will open that fiscal year. For entering, the fiscal year should always be open. For entering any transaction, you can only enter only if the fiscal year is open. If it is on
Yeah.
hold, you can't enter a transaction, but on hold can be open, but close cannot be open.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then voucher number must be filled, that, and that is the important one. That's why it is ticked. Use fund dimension for, I will tell you this at the time of commitment accounting and budgeting. Use fund dimension for year-end transaction. Use fund dimension to carry forward purchase order. Purchase order means if any purchase orders are there, then we have to see ki, what are the purchase orders. Suppose I am having a purchase order, but it is not it invoice. Yesterday only I got a purchase order, so it is not it invoice. So what I will do, I will take this purchase orders also in my purchases only,
Yeah.
so that my balance sheet will not get affected, because suddenly on 1st of Jan I will show huge purchases. That will not be happen. Then if anybody will ask, no, in first month only you done so much purchases like this, so in last year only we will include this purchase orders also. Okay,
Yeah.
then we'll go in the sales tax. Sales tax is nothing but I told you कि we have to give the sales tax group, in which group it is falling. Then the calculation date type, which date, invoice date, delivery date, document date. Means the
Yeah.
sales tax should be calculated on invoice date, means on which date you need to calculate the sales tax, because system will not know, no, कि like on which date it should be calculated करके, that is on the sales order date or invoice date, on which date. Okay, so we are giving here.
Yeah.
Then calculation method. In a sales order, you must have seen, in one sales order there are 10 items. So those items
Yeah.
in a AX, it is called as lines.
Yeah.
So those lines are there, no? So that lines you can give the sales tax, whether you want on a total amount, that is the 1,000 rupees, or you want 20, 30, the sales tax on each item. So
Yeah.
you can specify over here. Then amount includes sales tax. Then apply, if any US taxation rule is there, then we will say apply US taxation rule. Condition, if you want to give any conditions, conditional sales tax, then also you can give. Then check sales tax group, which group it is falling, none, warning, error, or tax direction requirement, or validate tax code. This is related to
Mm-hmm.
the any taxes there, that is CST, VAT and all. So if anything is required, then you can give it over here. Then in this
Yeah.
tax options, whether on a sales you are giving any cash discounts or like this, or customer cash discount, vendor cash discount, payment, invoice, special report. So
Yeah. Yeah.
many
Yeah.
tax options are there. Then inventory dimensions. Last time also I told you, no, okay, like if I'm having any warehouse in which corner, means in which shelf it is, my item is lying there, that I will come to know from the inventory dimensions. Just like financial dimension is for the departments, inventory dimension is for the uh, items which I'm purchasing or selling. So
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
I'm keeping my items, or where my item should go for a sell, that I will come to know from the inventory dimensions. Then
Yeah.
will I, yes, last time I shown you this number sequence also, now how to generate this number sequence. This is important. Whenever you create a new company, this, without a number sequence you can't move forward, because number sequence is important, no? For each and every journal batch number, or you want to give any journal entry number, then it should be one unique number. So for that unique number, first of all, you have to tell to the system ki like I want journal number from 1 to 10 only, or I
Yeah.
want the P and balance sheet number from 11 to 20 only. So once you will give this, system will automatically do its work whenever you do any transactions or you create generate any financial statements like that.
So this number sequences are automatically this what I can see is comes when you create a company or you have to create from the scratch. Are these are default?
No, no, no. These are not default. You have to create
Mm.
it. Actually,
Okay.
it is coming default also. But if the company
Yeah.
wants it specifically, that suppose this it is this first four numbers is your what you are in general ledger module, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it's genie. Okay. General.
So
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
Got it.
your
Got it. Yeah.
so whatever is in your this module, no, this number sequence related to
Yeah.
this module, the number sequence will be generated here, and the recognition will be, so you will come to know that this journal batch number is from the general ledger module. So if you want to change or anything, you just have to go right, just go here, right click here, go in view details, the form will get open. And if you want to edit it somehow, you can do this, what you want. Okay.